I figured for the first podcast since 2024, why not go back to our roots? Hello, welcome to episode 109 of the Knitting Annihilator podcast. I am Akira, your friendly neighborhood knitter, reader, and crocheter. Sometimes I sew things, and I am coming to you from my amazing home in Adamsville, Alabama, where I live with my sexy, gorgeous husband and our two sons, Aiden, who is 7, who will be 8 really, really soon, and Ethan, who is 6, and just the smartest guy you could ever meet. If you are new here, welcome to my cozy side of the internet where we do all things cozy. I craft a lot, I read some, and things in between. And if you're a returning viewer, hey girl, it's a podcast episode. Are you excited? I'm excited. So I told myself 2026, I'm just gonna move you a little right here. Great. Okay. I told myself 2026, I really wanted to bring the podcast back. I just love sitting down, talking to you about the things that I make, my intentions behind them, my, inspirations behind them. So I'm really, really excited about this. So let's get started. You can find me on all social media, TikTok, Instagram as the Cozy Avenger. I'm also on Fable as Akira B, and I think on Goodreads as Akira B. I don't know what my story graph. Wow. I don't know what my story graph is. But yeah, just all over the Cozy Avenger, Akira B. That is me. For you today, I have 2 finished objects, 1 work in progress, and a cast on that I will be starting today if my arm doesn't give out. I did go a little overboard last night trying to finish up this gift, and I'm in a little bit of pain, so I'm gonna try to take it easy. I did sit under a heating pad like all night, and I am gonna take an ibuprofen. So because honestly, if I go to the doctor, what are they gonna do? They might put me in a brace. I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. So we're just going to try some home remedies first. Alright, let's do this. So my 2 finished objects. So excited about them. So the first one is this bucket hat. So today that I'm filming this, January 10th, 2026, is my great aunt's 70th birthday. And I come from a long line of Deltas. Delta Sigma Theta is a sorority, for people that don't know. And I come from a long line of them, from my aunt to her grandchildren. I think my grandma was one. I didn't go to college, didn't have that opportunity. And that's okay. I do be a little jelly. I truly would just want to join for the stepping and the sisterhood. All the other stuff, But I made her 2 gifts. So this first one is this bucket hat. And here it is. I am going to weave in all the ends and try to give it a good blocking. This is my first bucket hat. I've never really made a bucket hat before, so I hope this is okay. I'm going to try to spruce her up. Once I weave in the ends, isn't that going to look fabulous? Okay, what if I tuck these, right? I'm bald head, so sometimes things might not look the same on me as it does on people with hair. But it's a look, and I'm going to live in my truth, Oh, it gets better. Okay. So here's the bucket hat. So this pattern I found on Etsy is called the Greek Letter Bucket Hat by Kel.Knits. He's on Instagram and TikTok as Kel.Knits. He's this very amazing crochet designer, and he has so many Greek letter bucket hats, like not just like deltas. He does like kappas and Qs, Q dogs and all those things. But this is the one I made. Really proud of myself for adventuring this far. Somebody did their first magic ring or magic circle, whatever that's called. I did it, okay? I did it. So maybe when I make another bucket hat, I will do it again. This yarn was also a first timer for me. I popped my Michael's Cherry. God rest Joanne's soul. And this is my first time using loops and threads. I can say that I do enjoy loops and threads. It feels good. It is very soft. And it was very easy to work with. It's actually less peely than Red Heart Super Saver, so I did appreciate that. And I used a 5mm hook. The pattern, can I say that? Yeah, I can. The pattern didn't tell me what to use. I kind of just went with what I know, my knowledge up top, right? I know that it's worsted weight. Usually you want to use a 5 or a 5.5mm hook, and I just used a 5 because that was already on my interchangeable hook holder, so I just went with that. So look at her. I'm proud. This is my first time doing crochet color work like up and down instead of side to side. You'll see what I did side to side in a minute. But yeah, I love it. It was so nice. So you know me, I go big or go home when it comes to anything I do, and I was like, it's got to be a set. I literally finished this at 11:39 p.m. last night, and it is this, oh, hold on, there we go, this scarf that I will be blocking. So as you can see, I do have some work cut out for me. I do need to weave in ends and block things. So, but the party isn't until 4 p.m. this evening, so I have all day to do this. So I'm very proud of this. This pattern is called the Delta Scarf. I'm gonna put on the screen who it's by. I also bought this pattern off Etsy. Now the pattern looks completely different. Someone's coming. Yes, honey. I'm in the closet.
Can I play Minecraft?
Yeah, that's fine, baby.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I love you, Mommy.
I love you, honey. Okay. I modified this pattern because I could not take, let me make sure I'm not getting it in the coffee. I could not take any more of the crochet color work. So the pattern actually called for the Delta Sigma Theta logo, and then the founder's year, I think it's 1913, that was supposed to be on there too. I just couldn't. So I evenly spaced out the symbols and just did my own thing. They look even. I'm proud of me for doing that calculation. And then it's supposed to have fringe on there. Instead of fringe, I went ahead and just did a crochet border. And I'm literally going to pin one end and then pin the other end, and I'm just gonna stretch this bad boy out. Like, I feel like it's a decent scarf. Like, this feels good, you know. I just want to make sure, like, if she wants to hit it with a twofer, she's not killing herself like I am. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Yeah, so I think once I stretch it, it'll be good. So I just wanted to make sure that it was scarf length, even though I modified it and took out like a whole chart, because I just could not. So absolutely love this. I think they came out so good. Once I put the white border around it, I said, oh, mama's eating, girl. So I loved that. So yeah, those are my two finished objects. I'm going to get those ends woven in. I'm going to get it blocked and then put into a birthday bag, which my husband has told me that is in here. And I see them. I only come in the closet in and out because I feel like if I stay in here too long, I'm going to mess it up. So yeah. So that's what I finished. Let's get into works in progress, or whips as they are called. I have one right now, and then I'm going to cast on another one. So I brought 5 whips into 2026, and my goal first half of the year is to get through those whips while also just kind of casting on cute things in between. This whip is so fun. I am thoroughly enjoying this knit. It is my Lyon sweater by Petite Knit. This is my first Petite knit pattern. This is a knit along with my sister. My sister has finished her first sweater, y'all. She finished it. So now she can move on to her Lyon sweater. And I'm so excited to knit this with her. And now that I'm just a smidge ahead, I feel like I have the knowledge to help her if she gets stuck. So here's where I am, and I'm so excited to put a progress keeper on like we used to do back in the day, so that way when I come back to you in February I can show you where I am. Hopefully it's finished, but you know, things happen, right? So here it is. Oh, I am so glad. So this calls for worsted weight yarn, paid for worsted weight pattern. Only 2 colors, your main color and your stripe color. We know me, I'm extra. I went for a 3rd color for my collar, hem, and cuffs for my sleeves. Because I'm just like, why not? You know, go big or go home. So this collar color is Knit Picks Swish Worsted in the color Bluebird. This is her. And my main color is, I want to say it's called Indigo Guinea. That's what I want to say. I still haven't looked up or heard anyone say the name of these yarns. But this is their logo. Hopefully we can see it. Oh, okay, cool. Indigo Guinea. And my main color is called Dixie. And it's just got these beautiful indigo like pops. So I was like, let me get like a deep blue to kind of go with the little pops. But also in here are some specks of like orange and yellow and just the slightest smidge of purple. We know I don't need a reason to put purple in anything. It's my absolute favorite color in the world. So of course I have purple stripes going on here. And I just think because blue and purple and, you know, all these colors go so well together, it's just going to eat. It's going to eat. I think I'm a few, like maybe like 1/4 of an inch away from starting the stripes, and I think I'm about to start increasing for the body. Right now we were just doing, I think, increases for the sleeve, but I think I'm about to increase for the body. This has brought my love for sweaters back, right? I think I knit sweaters last year. Yeah. But I think I was really dress heavy last year. That's all I can remember in my mind, is that like I was really like, I gotta make a dress. I gotta make a dress. This year, sweater me down, Buki. We need more sweaters. Do I need a sweater a month? You feel me? Like, I love working on this. And the way that Miss Petite Knit, I don't know her real name, the way Miss Petite Knit put this together, at first I was like, girl, you're going around the world in 80 days. And I don't know. But then once it all came together, I said, genius. You're a freak, because how did you do, like, look at this detail right here. Hopefully it doesn't blow out. Yeah, you can see it. You see this detail right here? Girl, how did you even think of that? Where did you come up with that? And then of course, you know, we got the raglan increases, you know, on the back of the sleeve or whatever. But girl, that right there, and like the way, like, it's crazy the way we got here. I can't hold you. It's really crazy. But low-key, it was worth it. In Petite Knit we trust. I shouldn't have said nothing. Like, I should have shut up, because I'm not a designer. Who am I? She ate that. She ate that down bad. And you know me, I like to do things ahead of when you're supposed to give me the vision, to make me, you know, closer to the finished object than I am. And boy, do I feel like I finished it. Boy, do I feel like let's put it on and go outside. But patience, young grasshopper. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Something I'm really excited about. And it is living in my Stitching the High Notes bag. I don't know if she makes bags anymore. But yeah. We miss you, Joanna. Anyway. So that is my one active work in progress. So I'm going to take a deep breath, get a sip of coffee, and then we'll go into what I'm going to cast on. Okay, I'm back, guys. So my cast on, man, was this a journey last night. So I was speaking with my friend on Instagram, Diana, right? That's so right. It's just early, friend. I know your name. It's just like escaping me right now. But anyway, talking to her, and you know, we always get in those ruts when it comes to crafting and things like that. And she was like, you should always have something small on hand. And I usually have a Muscle Burra by Ysolda Teague cast on, just waiting for me if I need, you know. But I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't had her cast on lately. So I was like, okay, I need something small because we're going to a party and I can't just sit places. So let me find something small. Enters the chat a Balaclava knit along. I said, okay, bad. So it's Tommy Knits. Oh, I printed out the pattern. So let me just. So Tommy and Emily, their TikToks are Unfinished Knits. That's Tommy. And Emily is Knitting. And we are doing the Tommy and Emily's Balaclava Bash. They wrote a pattern called the Any Gauge Balaclava. Okay, so boom. Okay, so boom. I'm like, okay, bet. I've never made a balaclava before. I'm open to new experiences. Da-da-da, derpy-derp. I joined the Discord. Didn't know anything about the pattern yet. The only thing I saw about the pattern was any gauge. I said, okay, great. Saw the pattern was free. Okay, great. There's no numbers. I have to do knitting math. Oh, you know mama hates knitting math. You know mama despises knitting math. That's why I paid the money for the patterns, Bookie. That's why you will never hear me. You will never hear me complain about paying for those patterns unless I paid for them and there are no numbers. If I gave you my money, you don't give me no numbers, I'm pissed. But if you give me the numbers, I'm giving you the money. Because see how the numbers have money and you have numbers? You earn that money, girl. But I was like, you can't be a pussy all your life. Just do it. So last night, I knit a gauge swatch. Y'all. Y'all. Last night I knit a gauge swatch. Last night I measured. Last night I did the math. I have my pattern. Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're doing. This yarn, I have two yarns here. It is from scraps and from my stash. You're welcome, honey. Your credit card's safe for now. This is Ancestral Fibers. I don't remember what color this is. I'll have to put it on the screen. I made my best friend a hat out of this. So it'll be cute that now I'll have a matching balaclava to match her hat. That'll be cute, right? And then I was like, I don't just want to make a green balaclava. How can I make this more me, more hip, more whatever? I have this yarn from my anniversary dress. And it is cat's fiber. Again, gonna put on the screen. Don't know anything. If you're looking for any information, everything will be in the description box down below, because obviously I don't know anything. But I remember having some of this, and I was like, oh, that'll be fun to stripe into this green. And I think it's got like a hint of cashmere, so I'll have a little bit of, a little bit of pizzazz in my balaclava. So that's what this is. Now looking at it, I don't know if I want the stripes to be that thick. Maybe it'll look better like on the balaclava itself. Like right now in this moment, it's like, ew, that's a thick stripe. But maybe once I start going, and maybe I can just do different stripes. Like I don't have to do that the whole time. Maybe I can do like big, small, big, small, big, small, or something like that. Or small, big, small, big, small, big. So I did all the math. Free pattern on Ravelry if you'd like to get it. Everything, I'm using a US 5, which is a 3.75 millimeter needle, and I'm using my Chiaogus. I just saw this girl on TikTok, and she was talking about how Chiaogus were $17, and I'm like, buka butts. It's the cream of the crop. I'm not gonna hold you. It's the cream of the crop. I've had my Chiaogus set for over 8 years now. I have not had to replace anything. I could use more cords just because, like, the cords get old. But even the cords are great. I just want more cords. So, yeah. I'm true to this Chiaogu life. Like, come on, Chiaogu. Holler at your girl, please. But, sorry, y'all. I didn't get a lot of sleep. So, I am on go. So yeah, that's what I'm starting, so that way at this party that we're going to, I have something to work my hands with. But in the meantime, I will be resting my hands because, yeah, after I finished crocheting, like, my whole arm was on fire, and I was like, dang it. So I'm telling you, crochet hurts. I don't care what no one says. Like, my arms and hands were fine when I was just a knitter. You dabble into something else, then your hands try to fall off. Alright, what else can I talk about? I don't have any acquisitions. I haven't purchased anything. I've really been kind of just sticking with my stash. I'm really interested in stash busting this year, just to see, what I can make with what I have, which will be fun. So we'll see. Let's see what happens. There is still so much creativity in me this month. We'll see. But I definitely want to finish this sweater. My goals are to finish this sweater and then have, I guess, a new balaclava. So, yeah. So I won't even ramble or anything. That is it for this week's episode, or this month's episode. I would love to podcast like once a month at least. Now if I give you 2, it's because I'm excited, but I love that. So if you enjoy content like this, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's take a minute to do that. It's right there. And then the bell. So you can know when I'm at your front door. Facts. And then comment, all the things. And I really hope that you have the most amazing time living the craftiest life possible. And I will definitely see you, hopefully, next week. Bye.